Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the mountains, there was a legend of a ghost that haunted the forest surrounding the village. According to the legend, the ghost was the spirit of a young woman who had been brutally murdered in the forest many years ago. Her killer was never caught, and her spirit was said to be restless and seeking revenge. Many villagers claimed to have seen the ghost, a pale figure with long black hair, wandering through the forest at night. They said she would often appear to them, beckoning them to follow her deeper into the woods. Those who did were never seen again. Despite the warnings of the villagers, a group of young adventurers decided to explore the forest and try to capture evidence of the ghost on camera. They set off into the woods one evening, armed with cameras and flashlights. As they made their way deeper into the forest, they began to hear strange noises. The sound of footsteps, rustling leaves, and eerie whispers seemed to surround them. They pressed on, eager to catch a glimpse of the ghost. Suddenly, they saw her. The ghostly figure of a young woman appeared before them, her long black hair swirling around her face. She beckoned them to follow her, and without thinking, they obeyed. As the group followed the ghost through the forest, they could feel their fear growing with every step they took. The darkness seemed to close in around them, and they heard strange noises and eerie whispers coming from all around them. Suddenly, one of the members of the group let out a scream and disappeared from sight. The rest of the group frantically searched for their missing friend, calling out his name and shining their flashlights into the darkness. There was no response, and they found no trace of him. Panic set in, and the group began to run blindly through the forest, trying to find their way back to the safety of the village. As they ran, they could hear strange noises all around them, and they felt as though they were being watched by something lurking in the shadows. They stumbled over roots and rocks, their flashlights flickering as they struggled to keep moving. Finally, after what seemed like hours, they stumbled out of the forest and into the village. They were panting and sweating, their faces pale with fear. They told the villagers what had happened, and the entire village was shaken by the news. As the days passed, the villagers could feel the ghostly presence growing stronger, and they began to see flickering lights and hear eerie whispers in the night. They knew that they had disturbed the resting place of the young woman, and they feared that her spirit was seeking revenge. The villagers decided to seek the help of a wise old woman who lived in a neighboring village. She was known for her knowledge of the supernatural, and the villagers hoped that she could help them put the ghost to rest. The old woman agreed to help and led the villagers on a journey deep into the forest. As they walked, she chanted ancient incantations and performed rituals to appease the restless spirit of the young woman. Finally, after many hours, they reached a clearing deep in the forest. The old woman performed a final ritual, and suddenly the ghostly presence disappeared. The villagers breathed a sigh of relief, and they knew that the spirit of the young woman had finally been put to rest. But as they made their way back to the village, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was still watching them, following them. They knew that the ghostly presence may never truly be gone, and they would always fear her haunting presence in the forest.